Okay, so when we're making a Premiere Pro project, okay, so when we're making a project, we want to make sure we keep everything nice and tidy. So we're going to make some folders here in the project panel when we import stuff in. You can do this straight away, you can do it after you've imported the footage, it doesn't matter. But what these folders are called bins. So you can right click in the panel here and click new bin, or you can make a new item here and find a bin from here as well. So let's just right click and click new bin, and we'll name this clips. You can name this whatever you like, videos, clips. You might have one for image sequences, you might have one for videos. So I'm just going to make just the two for now. So I'm going to click a new one and we're going to make a sound. I've got a few sound effects for this as well. So there we have two of our folders, two bins. So now I'm going to import all my clips and media. So I'm going to right click in here. Sorry, I'm going to come to File, Import, or I can double click in here, which will take me as well. And finally, I can do Control I or Command I on Mac to come to the Import Finder window as well. I've put all my stuff in a neat folder as well, so I'm just going to select all these. I've got like a few clips and some sound effects I've just downloaded from. Okay, so you can view this in a few different ways. You can have it in the kind of thumbnail section, so you can see what the clips are roughly before you bring them in. Other than this, you can add it in a list format, which might be slightly easier. You can kind of rearrange if you want to see it all. So the first thing I'm going to do is just select all the sounds. I know these are sounds because they've got the little wave icon next to them, and these got the kind of purple film roll next to them as well. But these also tell me they have sound and video because they've got both icons over each other. So I'm just going to move them in the clips. I'm going to move these in the sounds. So that keeps it nice and tidy, and you know where to find everything. You can actually do subfolds as well, so you can go sub bins. And for example, you could have these in different shots or different scenes. So scene one, for example, if you've got quite a big project, say these certain clips are just for scene one, they can just go in there. But that's not the case for this today, so I'm going to keep them all here. Okay, so now we need to make a sequence. So we've got our project. Now a sequence is when it's a bit like a composition in After Effects, if that makes sense. So I can either start this by dragging my first clip onto the timeline. Now this automatically matches the settings from your clip. So I think this particular clip was 720. If I just have a look here, got the frame rate, how long the duration is, and a few more details. Yes, so the video info here, there's 1280 by 720, so it's baby HD. So now this whole clip will be the same. So just pull that back over there. And if we want to play this through, actually before I actually import that in, I could have double clicked it and it appears in the source window, so I can flick through, scrub through, and decide if I just want to take a little bit of this or if I want to take the whole thing. So for example, we've got some in and out markers here. Now the hotkeys are really simple as well, so it's I and O, which are next to each other on the keyboard. So say I just want this part here before it cuts to the character's face. I can use the arrows on the keyboard just to make sure I get precisely which bit I want, so the left and right arrows. And if I press O on the keyboard, that'll be the out marker. Let's just say I want to just crop it from there. I'll click I on the keyboard. Now I've made a selection of this area. I'm not going to want the audio from this. It does come with audio, but instead I can just drag over the video only, or I could do audio only if I wanted to, but today it's for this section it's going to be the video only. So I'm going to drag that over into the timeline, and you can see I've just got the clip. And just to show you a bit more, the timeline is split up into two sections. We've got audio below and video above. So you can, on each kind of layer, we could call it, which track, the V1 stands for video 1, we've got audio 1 there, so you know if it's an audio layer or it's a video. So I'm actually going to delete that because I don't want to bring the whole clip in anyway, so I can just put this on video 1, and to play that back I just press spacebar on the keyboard. And I can just kind of make that bigger. Probably easiest just to put it to fit. It'll fit the window nicely. It's always nice to have quite big. This one maybe a bit smaller because you're just kind of flicking through, just checking what you want. Okay, so in the next part we're going to start cutting up and editing, getting the rest of our footage on the timeline, and start to add some sound effects as well.